Notice, due to the fact that this review should have been done and out by Christmas, but ended up being months later, I would like to apologize for its lateness. For your patience and to make it up to you, and to hopefully get a giggle or two, here's a very bad animation of a cloth MLP Pegasus flying across the screen. Whee! That was a very bad animation of a cloth MLP Pegasus flying across the screen. And now, onto the video you really came here to see. Enjoy! Hey there YouTubers, and welcome to another episode of Reviewing the Web with your hostess, Ashley Winsong. And sorry for the long delay for this one. First of all, if you remember from my last video, I guess with some improvements it could work. Well, that might take a while since this is still my first time with a spell. Well, drain spell technically. Yeah, the sleeves definitely needed some improvement, so as you can see, all fixed. Now I just have to worry about the boots. Anyway, the second reason, which would also explain why I'm shooting in this room, probably from now on. What? No, I thought we were shooting that! Oh, nice! Whoops. Yeah, I've really gotta remember not to snap my fingers. Anyway, with that out of the way, today we're actually going to be reviewing something a little different, though still YouTube-wise. I'm sure we've all watched all those interactive games that some people tend to put up. Some succeed, some don't exactly succeed. But this interactive game, very well done. And by this group of people, even though they're from several different YouTube accounts. This game is so amazing, so spectacular, that it's... Whoops! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! We're not reviewing that game, we're going to be reviewing the first one, not the second. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, in case you haven't figured it out, we're actually going to be reviewing Cipher Crusades, which, ironically, is what gave them their group name in the first place. Well, cue the intro. First, let's do a little background on our three heroes. Well, four if you count Husky. Sean Basinger of Vibranium Production is a reviewer of most comic and hero-based movies in his original YouTube show, Sean Reviews, where other than obviously reviewing movies, fights villains alongside his sister Stephanie, such as the Ghoul, the Hooded Villain, Wolfgang, the Dumb Burglars, and the 26 Society. Other than living as a private detective of Marketown in the show, he's also the leader of the Crusaders. Dr. Ivan Menace, played by Zach Elliott of Menace of Games, is the eccentric genius and gamer of the Crusaders. When not inventing or doing Let's Plays, he's fighting Dr. Walt, a powerful sorcerer, with the help of Nixon Watergate, Jason Turner, Todd Jackson, and Kaz, or helping Sean fight his own arch-enemies. Finally, a Finally Production is not only a reviewer of children's movies, but a powerful ninja. Using the power of awesomeness energy with the help of Vergburn, Professor Eugene Cabbage, and Jerry J, he and Husky, a wolf whose head is attached to where Leaf's left hand used to be, battles against a demon known as the Master, an entity who seeks to, you guessed it, take over the world. They are the strategists of the Crusaders and are a force not to be messed with. And with that out of the way, now we can get to the main reason for this review, the Cipher Crusades. Unlike most YouTube shows or special, Cipher Crusade, which aired on August 2nd, 2011, is actually one of the rare choose-your-path type of video series, or interactive adventure games in this case.
Where is he?
In this game, you, the viewer, have to help the Crusaders to retrieve codes from their enemies before they can be used for evil. Though the story itself begins with a look at an incident in 1999, where a man named Professor Vernon Loring, a leading expert in the field of advanced technologies, takes his own life after escaping the police. People at the time believed it involved the professor's gift to mankind. The gift in question, however, was never found. It was long forgotten. Now I know you're all wondering what this has to do with the Crusaders' mission, but trust me when I say that it's definitely going to be big. Very big. Well, at least in my opinion it is. The story then moves to 2011, present day, where Sean's looking to take a vacation, only for a mysterious person to contact him and ask for his help to get back some computer codes from Sean's Dr. Menace's and finally leaves enemies. After accepting the task, Sean contacts Dr. Menace and finally for help. And just so you know, this story contains several chapters, one for each Crusader. In the first chapter, Sean, with the help of Stephanie, his sister, goes after the hooded villain before one of the codes are sold to the highest bidder. It's quite the, well, let's just say, explosive chapter. In the second chapter, Fireleaf Husky and their friends Rubber and Professor Cabbage are in Japan and must fight the master before he uses the second set of codes to enslave the people via the internet. Be prepared, because when you're with Fireleaf and his friends, you don't want to get left behind. In Chapter 3, Dr. Menace goes on a journey similar to what you expect in a video game, or more specifically, Legend of Zelda. And yes, that includes a side quest, as well as a few boss fights. So, hold on to your Master Swords and Wii Remotes, it's gonna be an adventure to remember. Well, I've gotten this far, might as well look at the last chapter. In Chapter 4, Sean gives the codes to a mysterious caller, only to find that it's actually the gift to mankind, a powerful computer virus created by Professor Loring to destroy the world's population. However, the Crusaders are prepared for this, and it's up to you, the player, to help them defeat the virus once and for all. And before I ask, yes, the Crusaders do experience more adventures in their video specials and radio plays. Even now, the Cipher Crusade 2 is out. But those are reviews for another time. And now, for the ratings. For originality, about 10 out of 10. The story itself is original, the characters are original, even the music is original. Well, granted the music's from Kevin MacLeod, if I got that name right, but still original. Admittedly, I almost made it a 9.5 out of 10 because of Dr. Menace, Rugburn, and Professor Cabbage's association with certain franchises. Though, considering they're more fanish of those franchises than any real connection to them, I'm willing to let it slide. For creativity, 10 out of 10. Obviously, both the gameplay and the story itself were very creative. Enough said. For dedication, 10 out of 10. Obviously, with how much time and care was put into it, the results show just how dedicated they were to putting this together. For resources and effects, 9 out of 10. The reason for this? Well, considering that their videos had decent effects in the past, the Cipher Crusade show a great deal of resources and effects. Just compare it to their past videos on their channels, and you'll see what I mean. And trust me when I say that even today, they continue to improve in this category to their fullest potentials. For research and knowledge, 10 out of 10. Their acting and video quality talents are impressive enough, but the fact that they look into these things before video productions, at least for what I can tell, is no less very impressive. And finally, for improvement, 10 out of 10. Considering that these guys have been making their videos since 2007 and 8, they've certainly grew in their talents within the entertainment department. And so, out of the 6 categories, the Cipher Crusade received a 59 out of 60. Wow, this review actually beat my last one by 1 point. Not bad, you guys. And this about wraps up this little review. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you're interested in checking out these guys and their interactive games, just check in the link in the description below. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So, without further ado, and I really hope that the next one will be sooner. Granted, if anybody even suggests anything, thanks a lot, everyone. Yeah, sorry. Still a little peeved that nobody else suggested anything. Anyway, without further ado, this is Wayne Song, signing off.